okay, I want to take this up as something that I want to make music and be professional in, and, you know, one day sell out venues and impact people. And I know you're all about influence.
Yeah.
And, you know, what made you gravitate towards that? Was it something that was always there, but you never really explored?
Yeah, so that is actually a very good question, because when I was growing up, like maybe grade 7, I had this thing, I wanted to do music. And then when I learned that I could sing, I have a few things that I could put out there, I have a heart and passion for music. I think I made the decision when I was in Onza. When I made a good a song, I mean, let me proclaim it myself as a good song, but I made a song about one of my former colleagues. Her name was Vespers. And the song actually had a lot of, you know, good vibes. And yeah, so people were like, you know what, you should really take this seriously. So my friends and I that did that song said, you know, let's do this. Yeah, so we were called the Omoyo Touch when we did that song, and then yeah, it's been an on and off thing. But now this is when I'm coming out as an individual artist. Yeah,
that's amazing. Now you've been, like I said, 3 years in it. How many songs have you put out?
So altogether, I would say 5, 6, 7, because there's songs that I've done.
Look at why you count out 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so here's the thing. I was part of a group called Umoyo Touch with my friends, and we put out about 3 songs. And then when I was like an individual artist, Katrich, the voice, I've only been able to put out 2 songs. So it happened this year, by the way. The first song is called Nalema. It's actually out there on all streaming platforms. And the next song is Yalishuka Story, which just got out last week.
With Drift Trick on it.
With Drift on it.
We're going to talk about that, but you came into the scene, you know, individually or solo in the year 2022, where we saw the rise of Aqualaskin and Chile One, and, you know, a huge uproar from the new wave artists. What made you brace yourself to get into an industry like music? Because I've sat right here and stood right here across so many young and up-and-coming artists like you. And I always ask the question, I mean, we only got 3-4 success stories this year. What would make you think, you know what, maybe my song is the one that's going to make it? What drives you, and why did you take the step?
Well, what drives me, to be honest with you, is an intrinsic love I have for music. So if I don't make it this year, I want to believe next year is mine. And that's just how I like to think towards anything I do. So it's just not about, you know, being the most famous person out there. It's about what you think music does for you and what your music does for society. So as long as I have space in my heart to make that music, I think I want you know, more people out there to just.
So you're saying you're making music not for the money or the fame?
Well, I wouldn't say that is not out of the question. I'm saying that the bigger picture is not the money and the fame, but the bigger picture is how I feel. Like, it makes me really feel good about myself. Making music is something that I would like to extend to everybody out there. Well, it comes with money and fame, which are part of the equation, so I don't mind that part. I mean, we all need money to survive. Yeah, nobody wants to go do something out there and they're not paid for it.
That's interesting. Now, before we went on, you spoke of how music these days is more about what's around the artist and not the artist themselves. Yeah. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, what I mean is, I think, you know, I realized this because my friends, or my friend particularly, his name is Bill, he was telling me the other day, hey man, when you go out there and start making music that's getting attention, please stay away from trouble. And then it's something that I actually saw that, you know, most artists, especially Zambians, they have now associated with themselves with, you know, controversy. Like, they have to make up these trends, they have to be at least in a way that somebody's going to talk about them, and so their song is going to get numbers. So I wouldn't say I wouldn't like to be that kind of artist, but I would say I would want to be the artist that is associated with the music they put out there. So are you saying
people only paid attention to Chile One and Your Maps this year because they had controversy around them?
No. If you're talking about Chile One and Your Maps, you're talking about some of the talented guys I've seen emerge, especially Your Maps, not this year, but they've been in the game for quite a long time. And that's something you can never, ever take away from Your Maps. I mean, he's been there producing hits after hit. I actually do like Your Maps a lot, and I listen to his music. So, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Who would you say is a person whose music really isn't as that, but because they are more popular on social media, or they're always in a scandal, or there's always conversations around them, that's why we're paying attention to that and not the music itself?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I can give out specifics and names.
All right. It's okay.
It's just a personal observation.
Let's switch the focus to you.
Yeah.
So you are a vocalist.
Yeah.
And we've seen, a huge amount of vocalists this year uproar and just, take on the scene and disrupt it. This particular song with Katrich-The, how is the chemistry between you? Because I know Katrich-The is a full-on hard rapper.
Yeah.
Like, he goes in it, he eats it up, he's just there, when he delivers his verses, he always goes hard.
Yeah.
So why him, and how was the dynamic when creating the song?
So I have been a Katrich-The fan for a very long time, since his first hit song, Dongo. Yeah, so I've always liked his music. I always follow him everywhere. So one time I was in a barber shop, you won't believe this, and then I was just telling my friends how much I follow the guy and how much I think he's one of the best rappers in my opinion. And then one of the guys that was getting a haircut there was one of the guys that, he's always found with Katrich-The. I think that one of the organizers. She's like, you know what, I like you. And then I've been playing Katrich-The like the entire time in the barber shop, because I was the one in charge of music. It's like, I can get you to Katrich-The. I was like, let's do this. That's how we made the song. So I got a number, and then we were calling. He's like, you know what, send me the song. So I sent him 2 songs, and he said, I like this one. He's like, yeah, let's do it. That's how we did it.
That's amazing. Now the song has a video to it, and by the way, you won't believe that it's him singing, because the vocals are beyond extraordinary. The song has a video to it, and it's super amazing that you're closing the year this strong. Let's speak about what's coming up for you in the year 2023. What are your plans and where are you going? And I know you've clearly said that 2023 is your year, and the season younger. So what are we expecting
I would like to slap it by because story. It's mine.
It's yours. It's yours.
Yeah. I've got plans, and one of them is to keep at it. I want to take every step, learn. I'm going to be your friend, by the way. I'm going to make sure that I be your friend. I want to learn as much as I can next year, and then just grow as an artist in terms of, how you put out music there, because this is my first video, and obviously I didn't do so great. So yeah, next year is about personal growth, putting out more music out there. I have got like about 3 other songs that I want to put out. And if it's not just my team saying, hey, cool down, I would have put out 2 on the spot. Yeah. So there's more coming out next year. Katrich-The voice, you should look out for it.
We definitely
more videos and more collaborations.
We definitely will. Now, my last question is: you say the end goal for you is influence to cause disruption and actually bring about, real change. What do you just explain a little bit more about, the end game for you?
All right, so I mentioned that the end game for me is to influence the industry both on the talent and music and the corporate level, because I want to make a bigger impact in music other than just making music and people listen. I'll give you an example. My all-time my all-time great MK Makitu, and what is done with the MK Makitu Foundation. I actually have a laid-down plan and a project that's already stipulated in written form, that's called The Voice Inspired, which is like the last part of my name, Katrich-The Voice, but it's going to be called The Voice Inspired. It's going to be a foundation that's going to be helping out artists that are just emerging and people that are out there in the streets, and just, it's going to be like a music school. Yeah. So that's the end game for me, but I need to make as much impact as I can before I can do that.
I'll be looking forward to seeing and hearing that impact. Thank you so much for spending time with us here on the Upvile. Now, we've been talking to creatives, the one and only Katrich-The Voice. Here's a song out with the one and only Katrich-The story. Here's a snippet of that on the other side: international entertainment news, paparazzi, and so much more. Keep it locked to Diamond TV.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, Idion Sena Kumazulu. Katrich-The. Hey, yo, Katrich.
It's King Natch on the beat, so you know.
Chizamba so. Oro fiko seshani. Oi. Unfamunye. Filanaka. Oro kufite shani. Oro kufite kankwebe. Kula butia. Hey, ari chibi kosto. Nefe fikondo fya fita, mukupala kasa no kwesha. keep holding on. Help is on the way. Esa obe akesa no prisa fichinja. Muneko sa